What is good, guys, and welcome to another one of Scotty's Fancy Vlogs. It is me, your favourite provocative fiction author. We're going with that now because it sounds fancier. I'm blogger Scotty Unfamous, and today I am here to talk to you guys about orgasms. More specifically, the orgasm gap. So today I chose to talk about this because I'm very much down with the whole hoe is life concept, as we have gathered. I like my content to help you guys live your best whole life. Whatever your whole life means to you, you should have the best version of it possible. So for those of you that don't know what the orgasm gap is, it's basically the disparity, which basically means like huge gap between how often men in hetero relationships come in comparison to females in hetero relationships. And these statistics are fucking ridiculous. It hurts my womb to know how many bitches are orgasmless. This is why we say men are trash. So in heterosexual relationships, the percentage of women who cannot come from intercourse alone is 75%. Now obviously there are a number of different factors which feed into this, which I'm going to go through in today's video, and I'm also going to go through how we're going to fix this motherfucking statistic, bitch, because it is not right that only 25% of women are orgasming, whereas how much is the percentage for men? The percentage for men is fucking ridiculous. 95% of men say that they come all the time. There was a study conducted in 2017 on this, and it was published in The Independent. So as I said, heterosexual men, 95% of them always orgasm. Lucky them. For gay men, the percentage is 89%. For bisexual men, the percentage is 88%. Now we're moving on to the bitches. In lesbian relationships, women come 86% of the time, which is, it's not 95%, but it's still pretty bloody good. Now, when we start to bring men into the equation, the numbers drop significantly. Bisexual women only orgasm in 66% of the time. Only 65% of straight women orgasm. And this percentage is including like other things aside from intercourse. In heterosexual relationships, every time one woman comes, 3 men come. 1 in 3, bitch. Why is it every time you want to come with your penis, you must enjoy, but when I want to come, it's meh? I'm not going to sit here and put all the blame on the men. Just most of the blame, because it's mostly their fault. In this video, I'm going to discuss the ways that you can live your best whole life and you can get to your nut, bitch. And obviously speak about my experience, because there was a point where, you know, I thought, oh, I'm just like one of those women that can't come. And then it got to a point where it sort of switched up for me. So I'm going to go through what helped me get to this new level of wholeness. And hopefully it can help you guys. Before we go on any further, please make sure that you subscribe and that you like this video, share it with your friends. I like to talk about this kind of stuff because just from creating fiction for you guys, from Unfamous to Running Wild to Venom to the short stories I've done like the last time, you love sex. Even if you're not running through the streets like, yes, dicks like I am, you know? You love it. Sex is one of the most natural things ever. Like, it's our base instinct. As much as we are progressing, we are still not completely comfortable talking about it. There's such a stigma around sexuality. The fact that we as a society have put so much pressure on it and have sort of twisted it so much to the point where 95% of men are orgasming and the 75% of women are not. These topics are to, you know, sort of educate and help remove the stigma around sexuality so that you lot can enjoy being a grown-ass woman. You deserve to have the sex that you read about in my books. Before I got to this new level of sluttery, you know, this probably isn't even my final form yet. It wasn't up until partner just before I went celibate. Obviously if you don't want to know about my celibacy, you can click this video and read about my journey. Before him, I just kind of accepted like, oh, it's just not for me. A lot of us can climax through clitoral stimulation but not through penetration, and I just thought, okay, well, I'm just one where it's just clitoris for me. Like, if I masturbate I can come, otherwise it's just not working. And then one day, I'd been seeing this guy for maybe about around 3 years-ish. One night we were there and we was going at it and I was high as shit. I don't know what happened. I think I'd just gotten to that place where I was like completely comfortable with him, and obviously off my face a bit, and suddenly I had this feeling, and I was like, I actually stopped the sex. I said, wait a minute, excuse me, sir, hello, what was that? I think I just came. Like, I was just like proper like shell shocked. I was like, nah, like, you don't understand, like, you're the first person to make my body do that. Like, I was in fucking awe, bitch. But yeah, it just really made me think about one of the tips that I'm gonna go through, which is kind of being very relaxed. That was the key to sort of unlocking it for me, and then like from that point onward it's become a cancer every day. Mr. who's here now, with him, that is a whole new level of jizzery. Like, I went from not coming from penetration at all to being able to climax from penetration and clitoral stimulation to being able to have multiple orgasms. I can come without being touched now. It's amazing. I'm currently having the best sex of my life, and I feel so wonderful about it. I'm glowing in shit. You know, I've got happy sex glow, and I want you all to have happy sex glow too. So I'm going to go through steps to help you guys get through that. Obviously, there are some women that just cannot come through penetrative orgasm, like flat out, and that's okay. It's not being able to climax through penetrative orgasm is normal. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means your body is not wired up that way. But there are a lot of women that can't come through penetrative orgasm, but it's not because their body isn't wired like that. There's other blockages in the way. So the first blockage we're going to remove, the first tip, this is important, please. I need you to come in closer. Stop faking your orgasms with these little boys, please. You are not a porn star. You are not here to perform for them. You don't have to, oh my god. You are doing yourself a disservice, because these boys are going to think that they're doing the greatest thing in the world, and they're going to continue doing the rubbish that they were doing to you. It's not helping them learn anything. When you fake stuff for men, you put his pleasure first. He is going to come either way, 95%, bitch. So you really need to focus on what the fuck you need to do, and what that is get your nut. A lot of the time when we learn about sex, our first experiences of sexual stuff is stuff that we will see like on TV or through pornography, which is the most common way. And when you're watching pornography, and bear in mind, men are learning from pornography as well, and pornography is this exaggerated act, and most of it is aimed at the male gaze. And what the male gaze wants to see is this woman that is, oh my god, your dick is so wonderful. Oh. It's there to pander to their ego. And because that's the most common type, and that's what we see, by not even realizing it sometimes, we'll watch that and think, oh, okay, so that's what sex is supposed to be like. And then we get in the bedroom and the boy does something else, he like pokes up, like, ah! And it's not even that deep. What I will recommend to you guys, watch feminist porn. Like, there are creators like Erica Lust and Four Chambers. It looks like actual sex, like it looks actually enjoyable. The sex that we are seeing in regular pornography that you're getting on these tube sites, it's just not realistic. I think another reason that we sometimes tend to fake orgasms as well, and another reason that we should stop doing it, is because we are afraid of hurting men's feelings. Fuck their feelings. Okay, I didn't come. What do you want me to do about that? Like, this is where you come in and you go back to the drawing board, you look over the blueprints, you make the necessary adjustments, and then we reconvene. Some of them will be sensitive about it, and that's because they've gone through a lot of girls faking with them, and they think, oh, everybody else came, so why aren't you? Or it's a case of, your body is not like other women. Men seem to have this thing in their head where it's like one size fits all dick. Like, something that you do to another bitch is gonna come and work for me. No, I don't have her vagina, I have mine. You need to go in and do recon. And that's not to say that, sex without orgasming is bad. Sometimes it is good. It's just you just didn't come on that occasion. But I'm just saying, when you didn't come because he wasn't doing what he was meant to do, let him know. Which leads me on to my next point, my next tip. Communication. I don't know why we are so afraid to talk to our partners about sex. Because at the end of the day, if we are comfortable to put penises in our mouth, we should be comfortable enough to speak with our mouth and let them do what we want. We're so comfortable to like go and meet people and make out with them and put our private parts together and all this kind of stuff, but then to actually talk about what we're doing, that's the awkward part. It's really a bit backwards, don't you think? A way to communicate with them without, you know, offending them is to praise them for the stuff that you think they are doing right. Because when you praise them for something, they're gonna do more of that because, oh yes, she likes that. Babes, you know when you was doing that thing with your tongue, I had my leg up there and you was choking me. Sorry, I'm going off track. When you tell them stuff like that, they'll do more of it, and that will help improve your sex life. And the more stuff that they're doing that you actually do like, is more likely to help you come. Before you have sex, when you first start talking to someone, eventually the sex conversation comes up. Speak about what you like in the bedroom. It gives everybody a kind of map, like, you know what things you are consenting to, what he's consenting to, what your limits are, you know, what you enjoy. And when you kind of have that kind of set out with each other, it's easier to go into it with less pressure. Also, like, you know, sexting, talking about your fantasies and stuff like that. That also helps. Closed mouth does not get fed. Next tip, this is one of my favorite ones because it's like cute. Kissing. Kissing can help you orgasm, because obviously when you're kissing, you are releasing loads of endorphins and you're getting all the dopamine and all those good feelings, and it's romantic and it's intimate, or sometimes it's a bit nasty, but that is also fine. You know, when you were teenagers, before you could actually like do anything, and you'd all be kissing for ages. This kiss is lit, you know. I felt hot, and like he was all breathing in my, you know, you like describe the kissing to your friends like it was actual dick and it was just lips. Oh my god. And he was like holding my hand and he put his arm around me, bitch. He grabbed my boob. And I was like, oh my days, what are we doing? Obviously, I know not everybody likes kissing. I don't know why I'm going for you people. Kissing is great. Build your sexual confidence, not just with your partner. I mean, it's nice if they are validating you and like, oh, you look nice, or da-da-da-da-da. That's all cute, but you need to be the shit to you first, bitch. If you know you've got a dick appointment, make the effort to like pamper yourself for yourself, so that by the time he gets there, you're just feeling like, I'm the shit. I don't need you to tell me I'm the shit because I know I'm the shit. Smell that? That's the shit. That's me. Shave your legs. Get that fucking Veet, bitch. Smooth and shit like a fucking slip and slide. Put on your favourite perfume. Wear some sexy lingerie, bitch. Or be naked. Waxing, doing your nails, doing your toes, your hair, you know, doing your face. Whatever it takes to make you feel like a goddess, so that he really got the woman. It is you. You are what it is about. Next on the list, we're going to talk about foreplay. People love to skip past this section like it's just, oh, it's a thing that it's optional to do. It's not optional. It is a necessary step. I mean, unless like we're running very short on time and we just need a little quickie. If we're, you know, having sex, you need to do the something. There are things in life that we like to rush through, and I really do not feel like sex should be one of them. I do not feel that foreplay should be rushed through, especially. I think that the foreplay should be longer than the actual sex. The thing that's good about foreplay is obviously the same with kissing, the whole building the endorphins and the dopamine and the adrenaline and oh my god, this is so amazing. It builds anticipation. It makes you want it more. So by the time that you have it, you are so riled up that it's... Even when you guys read my books, my sex scenes will take up like a whole chapter or two. And a majority of the sex scenes are foreplay. You're sitting there and you're reading all this stuff between Ava and Aiden and running wild, and you know he's looking at her and he's touched her there and he's touched her here and she's felt this and it was hot and she was blushing. You start to feel that as well as you're reading along, and it's because that anticipation, like by the time you get through the first half of the foreplay, you're just like, I cannot wait for the dick. You brought dick too, oh my god. That's what it should be like drag it out. Take time to explore each other, and I mean like really explore each other. Foreplay doesn't just have to be like, you know, like it can be stuff like, you know, full body massages. Oh my god, I love having sex after we've just like done this like full body massage on each other. It's the sex is just always better. It's because you've touched each other kind of like non-sexually, but then it kind of starts to feel sexual. It's like, I will do a more extended video on foreplay in the future, but yeah, it is just a tip. I'm saying that really just take time to go through like the nooks and crannies of one another and use different body parts and use tools and stuff. As I said, I will do a separate video on this. An even better way to sort of explore foreplay to like the fullest is trying tantric sex. Just even like building the anticipation and building a deeper connection with someone, and then what it does, all that building and building and building, it makes your orgasm stronger and it makes you more likely to orgasm, and it relaxes you as well because you're just very there. It's like the oneness, you become the beast of two backs. It's dramatic. I'll probably do a video on tantric sex as well. Another tip, something that I think is really good to help orgasms, and this is something that I started doing as well around the time when I first started orgasming through penetrative sex. Meditation. I do find it's better to do it with your partner. I think that does add to it, but you know, you can do it by yourself. Was what I used to do. He'd go to the bathroom and I would sit in the bed and I would sit and meditate, and I'd think about my intention and what I wanted to feel, even though obviously it wasn't like, oh, like we're in love. I would sit and I would focus on the feeling of love and focus on like moving that feeling through my body and pushing out to him. Energy is something that's really sensitive. Like people pick up on it even if they're not all like zen like. That also sort of shifts the dynamic. People can feel what you're putting out and then they'll kind of give it back. Try new shit, whether it's role playing, doing it in a new place, a new position, trying a new sexual act. Try new shit, because the same old stuff, like yes, okay, it works, but there's sometimes when you decide to venture out of your box and you step outside and it's like, whoa, is this what I've been missing this whole time? Ball gags. Try different stuff and it adds another level to your sexual experiences. Now, the biggest tip on my channel, I make it my business to do sex toy reviews, because for some reason people have hang-ups about solo sex. Solo sex is a nice way of saying masturbation, which to me is a bit weird because it's your own body. There's no shame in touching yourself. You shouldn't only be able to experience pleasure when there is another person involved or when a man is involved, and then even then, as we've been discussing, you're only experiencing pleasure when a man is involved, but then you're putting his pleasure above your own. So when do you ever really get time to enjoy yourself? And the reason I say that solo sex is important is because if you don't know what you like, how is he supposed to know? Because then there's like the blind leading the blind, and all that leads to is no orgasm. At your big age, you need to know your body, you need to know what you are into, what turns you on, what kind of feelings you prefer, what textures and all that. I have loads of sex toy reviews. I will leave some up here. I'll probably put some on the end screen, or if you're on my mailing list, you know, I will have recommendations and stuff. Go out there and try things by yourself. The more in tune you are with yourself, the better it is that you can relay what you like. The more you know, like what kind of directions you want to go in. You can discover new things about yourself that you didn't know, and then that just makes an all-around better sexual experience. When you masturbate and stuff, and obviously you're more likely to orgasm by yourself. As you orgasm, your muscles are like working itself out, and then they're like tightening themselves really, which is obviously something that Kegels do as well. And so as they're tightening, the tighter you are, sort of, it helps with the sensation of having penetrative sex, because then you're more snug around him and you can feel more. Kegels obviously the same thing with tightening and working your pelvic floor muscles. That also helps. The more well trained those muscles are, the better stuff is going to feel. Enjoy yourself without a man, because most of the time, to be honest, and this isn't shade, I come 100% of the times that I masturbate. That is the end of the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the tips and that you will put them to use, and I hope they do work for you. I will be doing more videos around this kind of stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to follow me, you can follow me on all my socials at Scotty I'm Famous. And obviously make sure to go onto shakirascott.com, where you can watch more of my videos and also check out my stories. You will like them. You can also buy some of them as well, because they're on sale. They've been published. I hope to be bringing you guys more content soon. Okay, I love you like glitter and peanuts. Okay, bye.